Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here. With Season 5 of Bojack Horseman just around the corner, now seems like a good time for some Season 4 reminders. So today, I'm going to do something a little different and look at what I consider to be the best moments of Season 4. There's nothing objective about this list. The moments are being judged by simply how much I personally like them. So with that, let's get started. The first moment is actually something that happens with every episode. During the intro to the show, Bojack is doing his usual thing where he's staring into the camera, and then suddenly everything goes all kaleidoscopy. At first, I had no interest in this. I thought it was just a way to make the intro shorter without really being creative. But notice what happens just before Bojack starts tripping. He takes a sip of his coffee. I wonder why Bojack would start seeing all this crazy stuff after drinking his coffee. If you've seen enough of my videos, you know that I hate when characters in a show have to go through the lying lesson. You know, that stereotypical scenario where the character lies to avoid a problem, but their lie ends up making things worse, and the lesson winds up being that they should have told the truth from the beginning. I hate this lesson so much. So you can imagine my disgust when Bojack lies to Hollyhock about knowing another person who could be her mother.
But what if I told you there's a name that isn't on that list? Someone Marcy never knew about.
What's her name?
Her name? It was Brown. Carla Mercedes Benz Brown.
Carla Mercedes Benz Brown.
Oh great, Bojack's gonna lose another person he cares about because he can't suck it up and put them first in the relationship.
I lied.
What?
There's no Carla Mercedes Benz Brown. I have no idea who your mother is.
What?
I just don't want to have a relationship where we lie to each other.
Huh. Did not see that coming. Not only was I ecstatic that we were gonna avoid that stupid cliche, but Bojack showed genuine growth here. It's the first moment in the season I realized that his relationship with Hollyhock was not going to be like the other ones he had.
I screwed up. I'm sorry. I promised you'd do this show. I don't know why. I needed something.
I'll do it.
What?
You want me to do it? I'll do it. God knows you've done enough for me.
Oh.
What's wrong? I said I'd do it.
It's just really hard to need people.
Yeah, but...
Yeah. Thank you.
Princess Carolyn's biggest flaw is her inability to accept that she's not perfect. She would rather go through an insanely difficult task than humble herself and ask someone else for their help. A task has to be presented to her as impossible before she'll accept any help, which is what happens when she can't get Bojack to sign on to the Filbert movie. And to her surprise, once she finally asks Bojack, he just says yes, and the problem is instantly solved. I absolutely understand Princess Carolyn's tears in this scene. The sudden weight lifted off of her from having to do the one thing she wouldn't let herself do is way too relatable to me. It's so easy to get caught up in the mentality of, I need to do it, I shouldn't ask for help, I must do it myself. And then when you're forced to ask for help and people solve the problem instantly, that feeling of levity can be overbearing.
Listen to me. I'm the dog who cried earthquake.
I can't die! I'm not famous enough yet to make the in memoriam montage at the Oscars!
I just picked up a family sitcom where the mom is a zombie!
I have no original ideas. I just repeat things I hear.
I don't have anything deep to say about this scene. It's just funny.
I regret everything!
Bojack, look. I never needed you to be a dad. I'm going to be fine. I told you from the beginning I have 8 dads.
Yeah. Good.
But I've never had a brother.
Do I even need to explain this scene? All the things Bojack has done through season 4, all the lessons he's learned led up to this moment. By putting Hollyhock first in their relationship, Bojack has now formed a permanent bond with someone who is happy to have him in her life. This is one of the things he's wanted for the longest time, and thanks to his actions in season 4, he's finally earned it. You get the biggest, warmest feeling as the music rises and Bojack's smile grows bigger and bigger. Seeing this as the last scene of season 4, I can be positive going into season 5.
Sometimes I feel like our marriage is like a magic eye poster. It's messy, and at first glance, it doesn't seem to make any sense. But sometimes, if you squint at it just right, everything lines up, and it's the most perfect, beautiful, amazing thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I'm so tired of squinting.
I've used Diane's breakdown to give her a lot of criticism, but it should be understood that the moment itself is amazing. Mr. Peanut Butter, in an attempt to improve his gift-giving skills and make Diane feel at home, surprises her with a library that she's always wanted. Diane, however, is horrified at the room because yes, while she did want it, not having it is what made it special. Mr. Peanut Butter's attempts to listen and make his wife happy have, once again, failed miserably. Diane then proceeds to describe their marriage as a magic eye. It seems like she's going to end on some sort of happy note, but no. Whether or not you agree with Diane on her views of her marriage, you still understand exactly what she means and how she feels. The metaphor is brilliantly worded and perfectly executed. Not only that, but ever since their engagement, everyone's been half expecting these two to get a divorce at some point. This is the last scene of season 2 that we see with these two, making pretty much everyone antsy for what happens to them in the next season.
Diane and Mr. Peanut Butter, back to normal, right?
Watching Princess Carolyn get hit with bad thing after bad thing was already difficult in this episode. But I can endure it because this is Princess Carolyn. She always lands on her feet. Nothing can break her. But then something broke her. And then it broke me too. It's hard to watch someone break down into tears. It's even harder when that person was supposed to be the one who doesn't cry. The one who comes to the rescue when others cry. You can only think to yourself, this isn't supposed to happen to you. And that's the whole message of that episode. Even the strongest people have their breaking moments. One of the worst things Bojack has ever done on the show was way back in season 2 when he answered the phone from his mom. In that moment, Bojack lost all the spark he had placed in his life because of some negative words from Beatrice.
You were born broken. That's your birthright. And now you can fill your life with projects, your books and your movies and your little girlfriends, but well, it won't make you whole. You're Bojack Horseman. There's no cure for that.
Beatrice has a hold on him. And I believe for several seasons that if Bojack wants to truly be happy, he has to deal with that hold. Then the episode Times Arrow happened, and Bojack got the opportunity to seek the revenge he's wanted for years on his mother. But instead of taking it, he does exactly what he needs to do and lets go.
I don't understand. Where am I?
You're in Michigan.
Michigan?
Yeah, at the lake house.
I am?
It's a warm summer night, and the fireflies are dancing in the sky, and your whole family is here, and they're telling you that everything is going to be all right.
Instead of seeking revenge, Bojack comforts Beatrice and lets her believe she's in a world of happiness.
Can you taste the ice cream, Mom?
Oh, Bojack. It's so delicious.
In the episode The Old Sugarman Place, we get two stories being told simultaneously. Bojack and Eddie rebuilding the house, and the Sugarman family dealing with the loss of one of their family members. Eventually, both stories lead to characters at a festivity at a barn. Then, two characters from both times begins singing.
I will always think of you. I see your face when each day is through and days go past. So fast, but memories they last.
The characters both sing the same song about the loss of a loved one and wishing they could move on, but can't. The song is so meaningful and poignant, and it's sung so beautifully. And the message of how the loss of a loved one continues throughout time is wonderfully done. Whether you're living in Eddie's time or Honey's time, losing a loved one hurts, and it can be very hard to get over that.
Keep trying to escape this town.
And I just might.
I'll take flight.
Maybe tomorrow, not tonight.
I kept rewatching the duet in the old Sugarman place over and over because of how beautiful and meaningful it was. And for the longest time, this was the absolute best moment of the season for me. But eventually, there was one moment that was able to beat it. Something that made me rethink completely how a story can be told. A moment that, even in this show filled with outcomes that twist expectations, it still managed to push the bar even higher. And when it was all done, it left me speechless.
You want to know what I do when I have a really bad, awful, terrible day?
What?
I imagine my great-great-great-granddaughter in the future talking to her class about me. She's poised and funny and tells people about me and how everything worked out in the end.
Learning that Ruthie wasn't real is a moment I can't say I'll ever forget in my time watching cartoons. To set an expectation up at the beginning of an episode, and then to have it all come crashing down at the end with absolutely no shark jumping is how a twist is supposed to be done. At the end, you expect, you want, you desperately hope that it's going to cut to Ruthie. But no, it just goes to the credits. As meaningful and poetic some of the other moments were, nothing could top that feeling of seeing all the hope I had for this character from one episode be destroyed in that one final scene.
But it's fake.
Yeah, well, it makes me feel better.
And those are my favorite moments of season 4. There are a ton of other really good moments. I'm betting you guys have a lot more that you want to share. So go ahead and post those in the comments below. But with season 4 setting the bar so high, I for one am looking forward to what season 5 brings. This has been Shady Doorags. So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen.